Just 2 races to go in the Formula One season. Formula One now heads to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for the first time at the Jeddah Corniche circuit. 2 weekends left, 2 races left as well. Saudi Arabia this weekend for the first time, and then the new Abu Dhabi circuit reconfigured to round out this incredible title. We still have no idea who is going to be the 2021 World Champion. Lewis Hamilton has won 7 races this year. Max Verstappen has won 9. It really is closing up at the front with an 8-point gap between them. In the Drivers' Championship, Max Verstappen leads 351.5 points, 8 points back Lewis Hamilton on 343.5. Valtteri Bottas is now only 13 points clear of Sergio Perez. Lando Norris holding on to 5th place by a single point to Charles Leclerc. Carlos Sainz as well trying to close up on that battle with 2 races to go. Danny Ricciardo and Pierre Gasly battling over 8th and 9th. Fernando Alonso a distant in 10th place. On the second page, it's as you were after Qatar as well. Esteban Ocon now on 60 points, Sebastian Vettel 43, Lance Stroll 34, Yuki Tsunoda on 20. He's 4 points clear. George Russell is in 15th. Kimi Raikkonen makes his way up now into 16th with 10 points. Nicholas Latifi still has 7. Antonio Giovinazzi, the last point scorer, still no points for Mick Schumacher, Robert Kubica, or more importantly, Nikita Mazepin. In the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes lead the way by just 5 points to Red Bull Racing with 2 races to go. That battle is the one to watch. Ferrari now have a commanding lead over McLaren in the Constructors as well, 297.5 points to McLaren's 258. Alpine as well, now with a podium in Qatar, got themselves away from the deadlock they were having with AlphaTauri. Aston Martin securing 7th, Williams 8th, Alfa Romeo going for a charge back as well, but still no points on the board for Haas F1. It's time for Formula One cars to take to the Jeddah Corniche circuit for the first ever time in first practice for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Let's take a look at the new Jeddah Corniche circuit, a 3.836 mile circuit, 27 turns and 3 DRS zones, a brand new challenge for the drivers to sink their teeth into, the fastest ever street circuit. On board with the Mercedes then, you're already downhill towards turn 1, you're flat out at 8th gear, 335 kilometers an hour, into the braking zone for turn 1, 3rd gear 100 kilometers an hour, back down again, 3rd gear 90 kilometers an hour through turn 2, exit through turn 3, you're already 200 kilometers an hour at 5th gear. Now into the S's section, turns 4, 5 and 6, around about 6th gear, 245 kilometers an hour as you already break your way through. Back through turn 7 now, 8 and 9, hook the back up as well, into turn 10. Now as you ride out towards the exit, to 7th gear, 285, open up the DRS as you hurtle down towards now turn 13, 165 kilometers an hour, 4th gear, back corner, get on the accelerator hard now, as you sweep back through the city centre on the opposite side of the track lake. Down towards turn 17, 18 is the corner, 6th gear, 245 kilometres an hour, 19 now coming up, 20, 21, all the way to 23, has the DRS boards as well, as you flick back through. Coming up now towards turn 22, back down, 6th gear corner, now up to 7th gear only the exit, 270 kilometers an hour, ride back up, round turn 25 as well, DRS zone number 2 on the circuit, little kick which is turn 26, 8th gear, 315, now into the braking zone, into turn 27, 3rd gear, 120 kilometers an hour, control the wheel spin at the exit, open up the DRS once again, hurtling down towards the start line, and that, across the line, the fastest ever street circuit, and that is a lap of the Jeddah Corniche circuit. Hello everybody and welcome to Saudi Arabia here in Jeddah. The first ever motor race around this fantastic Jeddah Corniche circuit plays host to round 20 of the 2021 Formula One World Championship. 27 turns in total, the fastest ever street circuit in Formula One. The tyre compounds this weekend have to be in the middle range, the hard the C2, the medium the C3, and the soft tyre has the C4 as well. No previous races around this circuit. We have raced in Saudi Arabia before, though, on this channel. Formula E had their first, or the second or third running of the Diriyah E-Prix earlier on this year, but this is the first time Formula One has made an appearance. It has taken only 8 months to complete this racetrack, the fastest built street circuit or indeed racetrack ever in Formula One history, and it is still being built to this day as well. A few covers over the grandstand being put up as well, a few final touches to the paint, but it is ready for Formula One action. The bitumen on the track surface as well is making it a very slippery affair. Surprisingly, there's slightly more grip than we expected to see after the Formula 2 race earlier on, but we are all expecting a very interesting race here this weekend. Track temperature is at 35 degrees, air temperature 28 degrees as well. Sunshine at the moment. It is a night race though, so free practice 1 and free practice 3 take a little bit of an unusual role there. In the main respect, it's not actually needed all that much as well, but we are all set for what's going to be a cracker. Commentary boxes at the moment, just myself. Ian Birch will be joining me later on in the session as well as we get ready for the start of free practice. We've got all the usual refinements, apart from the fact I've got no notes up here in the commentary box. Don't ask me why, it's been that type of day so far. But we have got the team radios and every access as well. This is the driver tracker we've got at the moment, look, and if you can make sense of it, I can too. Look at that, 27 corners. Doesn't look like we're going to have the GPS, though, for the first practice session. Might have it for free practice 2, maybe even free practice 3 tomorrow, once that the admin team get it working. So it looks like for today, we've got no access to the driver tracker, but we've still got the PLC commentary channel as well. Let's go over to the group chat as well. It's good morning to Spin Master, who is Bravo276, just changed the name as well. I thought the track wouldn't be done in time, didn't we all? It has just about been done. Good morning to Adam as well. Says, hi, Josh. Enjoy and have a fantastic day. Awesome weekend. Cheers as well. We'll see you on the Grid Network at some point this weekend as well. Might not be in Saturdays, though, depending on what time it'll be on, but I will be in Sundays after the race, whether or not we crown a champion or not. That is the question. It is officially the KSA, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. That's the 3 initials that we've got on this circuit as well. The KSA, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. As we try to get ready, even F1 TV are having a little issue there with their battery packs to talk to the pit lane. So it's all been that type of morning where nothing's actually working well. Got our familiar looking tracker back up here in the comms box as well, with the normal painting sides of pure black after Qatar changed it a little bit, but all good there. 40 seconds to go until the start of the session. And we'll wait to see who's going to venture out first onto the circuit. Get in touch with us. Use the hashtag Saudi Arabia GP, or just drop a comment into the YouTube chat as well. We'll get that streamed, and hopefully everyone's going to have a very enjoyable first session here today as well. 20 cars going out there. No guest driver as far as I can tell, as we're about 12 seconds away from the green light going on. Yeah, it doesn't look like that we're going to have a guest driver in this session, which means this is going to be a lot of fun. For the first time in Saudi Arabia, we go green in Saudi Arabia, and away they go. Carlos Sainz, the first car out onto the track. Charles Leclerc will follow him as well. One of the McLarens coming out. It's Danny Ricciardo, and a giant venture into the unknown begins right here, right now in Saudi Arabia. A 27 corner circuit as well, 50 laps ahead of us on Sunday. The track hasn't got any grip on it whatsoever. So this first session mainly going to be for getting as much grip down as possible on the track. Leclerc heading out there as well. It's an unusual circuit as well. As you can see, the little track diagram at the bottom of the track, let's make it up bigger, actually. It does look like it's either a knife or a very awkward spoon or a spatula, but it is the fastest ever street circuit we've seen in Formula One, so we'll see exactly how it's going to go as the weekend goes on. Tyres are the big key. Sainz, Leclerc going out there on the softs. The Ricciardo's on the mediums. Hards for Mazepin, Stroll, Norris as well. Giovinazzi out there on mediums, same as Schumacher. Gasly out on softs. Raikkonen out on the hard tyre as well, as Lewis Hamilton walks into the back of the garage. Then he's just getting ready for his first run. We might see one in free practice 3. Yeah, we might see that when the driver track actually gets ready. We'll see an actual cars moving around the circuit. But for now, we're stuck with the main Combox pictures as well. And it looks like that camera's a bit wonky as well on my side, but it looks okay on the stream, so we'll stay with it. They come through. Actually, the other comments just come through there, Spin Master. So he says, I don't think we were being a guest driver for FP1 since it's their first time driving around here. We might see one in FP3. Doubtful we'll see one in FP3 because it's that late into the weekend. You can't change the driver without them running a complete weekend. You can only do it in FP1.
The track is shown slippery turn 1 and 2. I think there's some oil dropped and dust from a previous series. They put dust down in turn 1 and 2. So could be still showing red and yellows when you get there on your opening the lap.
So there's
and radio check into turn 4.
So there's dust.
Okay, understood. Your volume's a little bit low.
So there's dust out on the circuit then. They're going to have to try and rectify that one as quickly as possible. Let's take a replay coming out of the pit lane here. One of the Alpha Tauris of Yuki Tsunoda being held up by one of the Renaults. And he's got stuck in the pit lane. Oh dear, the pit lane's so small for Yuki, he can't get the Alpha Tauri out. That's a bit surprising and a bit alarming, actually, because he held up one of the Red Bulls out there on the circuit. So slightly alarming, but I'm sure it will be okay. We're going to see the times coming out there in a few moments as well as Max Verstappen, the championship leader, by just 8 points.
Okay, to me, traffic is okay. Everybody in phase. So mode race, please.
That's Kimi Räikkönen on the radio there as well. Max Verstappen leads the title by just 8 points. Lewis Hamilton, he could be crowned world champion this weekend. He needs 18 more points than Lewis Hamilton, so ideally he needs to finish first or second in this weekend as well. Adam says, can't wait to see who wins between you and Megan head-to-head. If it is a head-to-head, that's the thing. It's either going to be because we haven't got a second PlayStation 5 controller, we're having to do a very clever rig system to make a PS4 controller work on it. So it's either going to be the head-to-head as normal, or it's going to be a lap attack timer, which nobody wants to see. I know, so we might find a way that we can do it as well. The track engineers might be in trouble for a tight pit lane. Yeah, in fact, it's a tight exit to the pit lane as well here in Saudi. It's a bit of a tricky one to get right several times. And I'm very interested to see what's going to happen next. Verstappen, 1.6 seconds up at the moment. The fastest time at the moment is Danny Ricciardo, who's done a 1:36.162 on the board, as it's now showing Leclerc and Sainz. So I'm not sure what's quite happening there on the monitors to see it going one way or the other. But Verstappen is out there as they swing back through down the long sweep towards turn 21. This is the one where it caught Logan Sargent out this morning in the Formula 2 practice session. He went in backwards and hit the wall, but he's getting through okay. Now up to the second DRS zone at turn 25 as well. Now the little kink at turn 26 that barely is noticed by a Formula 1 car. And into the braking zone we go, and it's Norris on top, 1:35.445. The timing screen's frozen, isn't that just the way? Verstappen coming to the line then. He'll be the first real driver to set a time on this board, considering it, and goes 11th, 130. No, now goes top, 1:33.614. And he was on a push lap on the hard tyres there. That's why it was a real lap we got seen. Over to the chat then, once again. Hello to Spin Master again. He says the track engineers might be in trouble for type pit lane. And hello to Jats Best App N. I did notice you changed your username, Beth, because I went back into an old race and saw your comments, and it's changed the username. So Beth is now ABB. Is that Formula E? Hashtag Saudi Arabian GP. Yuki Powers, says Beth as well. Yuki Powers there to get out of that one. Usually, Yuki Tsunoda's got no problem getting out of the pit lane because he's so small, but this time the pit lane's so small, so it's an unusual thing for Yuki Tsunoda right now to be quite large on a racetrack. Stroll goes second on a 1:34.207. We have actually lost access to our live timings completely up here in the comms box. Nothing is working. Everyone has stopped. Working fine on Chrome. So I'm going to switch over to Chrome. So we can, but actually, no, that's not true because we've got Chrome running it on the computer here in the box for you to see, and it's not working. Giovinazzi goes third, 1:34.945. Gasly across the line then goes second, 1:33.765. So times improving up and down the board. Hello to M as well. Hello, M. Hopefully you're doing okay. As I come through, we've got 15 drivers have currently set lap times in this session. and they have gone fastest. It's Verstappen, Gasly, Stroll, Giovinazzi, Norris, Ocon, Raikkonen, Leclerc, Ricciardo, Schumacher, Sainz, Perez, Vettel, Mazepin, Tsunoda, Latifi, Russell, Bottas as well. Then it's Alonso and Hamilton right at the back. Here's your championship challenge if you're watching along with us. Hamilton, 7 race victories to Verstappen's 9. Hamilton's taking 5 extra bonus points with the fast lap compared to Verstappen's 4. Sprint points, Hamilton had 2. Verstappen has had 7. And that has sort of given him the 8-point advantage in the championship he needs, as it currently stands as well. Verstappen 3.5.
How's the front wing?
Okay. A little low, I'd say, but yeah, give me another lap. But initial impression's a bit low.
Okay.
That's Danny Ricciardo going there as well, just saying how's the track conditions. A little dirty, but they're getting better out there as well. They'll put more grip down on the circuit as well. We've got bits of paper blowing everywhere, now being hit by Valtteri Bottas as well, and getting shredded out at the back. It's an incredibly dusty circuit. It's an incredibly dirty circuit as well, because it's literally only just been completed in the past, 8 months?
I think it's very hot in the car. Don't know if you're gonna see anything.
Okay, we're checking.
Gasly, smells like something is very hot inside the car, and they are now checking it, so we'll see what's happening then. Timing screen is wrong, by the way, here on the screen, so don't take any notice of that. Beth's on it again, though. Beth saying, advice from a...
It smells like something is very hot in the car. Don't know if you're gonna see anything.
Okay, we're checking.
Yeah, advice from a concerned Spanish doctor, Alonso's song by Jats. Please get off that bike, Alonso. I remember mountain biking straight off a cliff like that, straight off a cliff like this. Just like Webber did, Alonso, you smashed yourself up just before you went and got into the car. You couldn't speak for weeks. At least you didn't flip or try it in your car. Of course, there is something at Alpine at night. Oh, those times look tight, Alonso. You got up way on the podium, top 3 and Alonso. But can you still make it up the stairs without some help? If you want to take my Zimmer frame, you can, my friend Alonso. And now you're back on the top again, my frail old friend Alonso. They're shouting, but he's not afraid. For God, he's hearing aid, Alonso. Beth, that is fantastic. And Megan is now going to be running to the commentary box, surely, to see that.
Brakes will be on the cold side for turn 1, yeah.
That is the brake alliance, going to be back up to temperature as well. That is brilliant. And I know, Beth, I don't think you joined us in Saudi Arabia for the main race. So to see Alonso third, so I'm glad you're back on it. But yeah, Alonso was third. Valtteri Bottas now just taking a little bit too much of the orange sausage curve coming through turn 1, just bouncing over a little bit too much as well. Let's take a look at the track there. Look, it just looks absolute mess, doesn't it? 27 corners. It's very high speed as well. Out there on the circuit, but turns 1, 2 and 3 form a little chicane. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 all sort of spiraled together. Turn 13's hairpin's quite good. 14, 15, 16 quite dangerous, but I'm looking up there. Turns 21 and 22 at the top there. That is the most dangerous part of this track. George Russell pointed it out as well yesterday. He said in the briefing, I was getting it wrong there in the simulator. It's quite dangerous as well. I think also turn 27, the hairpin is very tight because it's got a wide entrance and a very tight exit wall as well. That could cause a lot of problems out there as well, out on the circuit. Gasly then goes second on a 1:32.760. Isn't it nice when all your timing screens literally go bang and you can't do anything as well? Yep, everything has gone wrong up here in the comms box for our timings, so we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen next for the first practice session. And Lewis Hamilton, the Qatar Grand Prix was the 175th race led by Lewis Hamilton in his career. Only 30 drivers in history have ever started that many races. That is unbelievable. Of course, Lewis Hamilton winning now 102 poles, 102 races as well in his Formula One career. It's going up there. Do you think I should prepare for an exam on Monday or just F it and watch the race on Sunday midnight? If it's on Sunday midnight, I would say you've got the time to do both. I would say you've got the time to do both. Watch the F1. Anyway,
happy to cool the rears a bit and the fronts a little bit.
I'll put it this way. Fastest ever street circuit, World Championship on the line, 2 races to go, 8 points between them. What are you going to do? Probably the same as what I did, to be fair. and still do the race. Ricciardo jumps to second place as well, 1:32.533. I would revise in the day, watch the F1 race, and then go to bed. Yeah, thanks. Best put it there as well. Prepare for the exam, and then watch the F1, and then go to bed. It'd probably be 4 hours anyway with the red flag, so get up at 4 a.m. still watch the end of the race. Yeah, prepare for the exam, listen to Josh at the same time. I like Beth's idea. Yeah, I like that one. You've got the team radio coming through as well. On board with Lewis Hamilton then into turn 16 and 17 at the end of the first straight. Now immediately to another run of the DRS as well before coming into this tricky turn zone for turn 21 and 22. As I said, Logan Sargent put it in the wall there in Formula 2's practice session. That was heavily delayed.
Turn 4 and last corner. Please to focus. Turn 4 and last corner.
It was heavily delayed, the F2 practice session, due to technical failures. As Russell gets out of the way, Hamilton then into turn 27 now. Heavy on the brakes, doesn't lock up, hits the apex nicely, gets back on the power. Drivers amazingly doing quite well as Verstappen goes fastest, 1:30.920. No, timing screen still blown up here, so that's not the correct time. So we got no live timing and no driver tracker. Isn't that nice? So we're literally just on the YouTube screen for this first session. I hope you don't mind. Alonso goes to P17, Giovinazzi down to 18th at the current time. As Bottas goes second, 1:31.712 as well. Let's give you the championship permutations then as it currently stands, because I have got them on my phone somewhere to give you them, because it's a very crucial weekend this for Saudi Arabia and Formula 1. It could be Max Verstappen's first time to win the title. So here we go then. Max Verstappen will be champion in Saudi Arabia if Verstappen finishes first with the fastest lap and Lewis Hamilton is 6th or lower. If Verstappen wins the race, Hamilton needs to be 7th or lower. If Verstappen finishes second with the fastest lap, Hamilton has to be 10th or lower. And if Verstappen finishes second, Hamilton cannot score any points in this race. So basically, Verstappen has to be inside the top 2 and with the fastest lap to stand a chance to win the championship. We'll update that as we go along, and we'll also have a graphic for you on the commentary stream throughout the week, throughout the main race as well, so you know exactly what to look for. Be prepared also, the F1 pre-race show is going to look slightly different this weekend with the fact that there will be no Envision Me until the commentary box camera starts for the race. So the pre-race show, we'll see the wrap-ups of the reports of the practice sessions and the highlights of qualifying. But in between those, where I usually do my little segments holding the mic, we're going to be playing a sky view of Saudi Arabia as well from the F1 game with some sort of cinematic drops, a bit like we've got a drone. We're just going to try it out. It's also because the fact I have to leave just for qualifying and won't have time to film the new stuff. So I'm going to do some voiceovers and put them in. But let me know what you think about it in the pre-race show on Sunday. Gets underway 5 o'clock. Lights out is at 5:30 UK time. So remember, race start time is now half past the hour. Unless you're in North Korea, then for the first time it's at the top of the hour because they run half an hour different to the rest of the world. Felipe Massa, 11-time race winner, 41 podiums, 2002 to 2017 in the garage there. Hamilton getting out of the way of Yuki Tsunoda coming into the back there. Beth says, speaking of F, this track looks fast. Speaking of F, this track looks fast. Yes, it does, doesn't it? 15 minutes in, and we've got everybody selling lap times out there as well. I'm not even kidding. Verstappen, Norris, Bottas, Ricciardo, Gasly, Leclerc, Giovinazzi, Russell, Tsunoda, and Latifi, the top 10. Ocon, Sainz, Hamilton, Stroll, Vettel, Schumacher out to 16th, Raikkonen 17th, then Perez, Alonso, and Mazepin right at the back. On board with Lewis Hamilton as he comes to the first couple of corners then. For turns 1 and 2, the chicane area as well. Then it opens up through turns 3 and 4. And this is the real tricky part of the circuit as well, as it ducks back into 7 and 8, a tight inside line. I sort of want to spit you out wide. Going over the rumble strip as well as you open up the DRS zone. Out of turn 12, down towards turn 13, heavy on the brakes as well, takes the banking. Gets it okay at the exit. Yeah, nice run there actually from Hamilton around the banking. It's a 12-degree banking as well.
Mercs, man. There's no space.
And that's Lance Stroll saying, bleep, man, there's no space out there. Beth says, as Alonso goes P12, Beth says, if Max wears a red sock on his left foot and Lewis hangs his hat on the 7th hook from the left or lower, and he has a friend in F2 isn't attending the 5th form excursion, and Carlos takes out Lando on the 34th lap or 10 laps either side, then yes, Max won't win. That's complicated there, Beth, but I can see it. Basically, Verstappen just needs to be 3rd or lower for the title to go down to Abu Dhabi. So anyone think that McLaren's will be in a chance this weekend? YouTube people? YouTube viewers, RT viewers, go on. Have a conversation with Beth as well. I think they've got to stand a good chance of a podium this weekend. Hello as well to Sing as well. I can't pronounce your first name. I don't want to butcher it. So hello to Sing as well. Hello, hope you're okay. You're going to have to send me how to say your name. I always make that a priority. I get your name right with the punctuations and pronunciation as well. Is that Priyan? Is it Priyan? Let me know if I'm getting it right or wrong there. But hello, hope you're okay. As let's see, our timing screen's still blown up here in the comms box as well. I'm trying to reset to see if that's going to work it, but I've currently got no active session and no times on the board there, so that is completely wrong with Sainz being up there. I've got no driver tracker either, so this is really going well tonight, isn't it? For this first session. Luckily, I have got another monitor that shows me the live timing, so I'm not that out of it. As it's Verstappen and Norris, Beth. So Beth, there you go. Norris goes P2 on the board to prove he's got pace, and he's fast as well. He's trying to catch up that with Lando Norris right now. Is Max Verstappen? Yeah, I got no live timing screens at all up here in the comms box. Into the last corner.
Mercs, man. There's no space.
We've already heard that from Stroll.
Copy that. Leclerc's pushing 15 behind.
We've already heard that.
This is our last push, so we're going to box, or do you want one more?
I would like one more.
Stroll says he wants one more lap then out there. Verstappen coming to the line. He's 1:39.20 at the moment. Goes 5 tenths fastest. It's 1:33.54. Absolutely no timing screens at the moment, so that's why we're stuck on this. We've got no driver tracker and no timing screen. It's like the old days. As Ian Birch joins me in the commentary box now, as we take a look at Verstappen's route to the title. As I said earlier, if he's first with the fastest lap, Hamilton has to finish 6th or lower. If Verstappen just wins the race, Hamilton has to be 7th or lower. If Verstappen is second with the fastest lap, Hamilton has to be 10th or lower. And if Verstappen's just second, then Hamilton has to be 11th or lower. Basically, needs 1 or 2 to get the 18 points advantage going into Saudi Arabia. Ian Birch joins me in the commentary box.
Is that where we are?
Now.
I thought it was Miami.
It does look a bit like Miami, doesn't it, with the beach setting out there?
Yeah, it looks like the track by the airport, some of the places. And there's even a roundabout. You know where the fountain is?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Where are the crowd, Beth says as well. And Singh says, leave it at that. Oh, thank you. Where are the crowd, says Beth as well. That's actually a good point. The crowd actually are not been allowed in at the moment in major areas because the grandstand's not finished. The grandstand is not finished until practice 2 or tomorrow morning for qualifying.
Yep. There is a very famous man, Emerson Fittipaldi.
His grandson.
And that's his I think that's his great-grandson.
Yeah, you're right. It's his great-grandson because his grandson is Pietro Fittipaldi, isn't it? He made his F1 debut last year.
Yeah, they've been in the paddock with Pedro and his brother's around somewhere.
Oh, there's Gasly's right there.
Yeah, I think he's just flat there because at the moment it's quite a lot of understeer mid to exit.
Okay, and do you think we should go for more engine braking to help turn 13?
Yeah, let's do it, yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Let's go for one more push and then we box.
One good thing about this track at the moment is that it is producing a lot of grip. We were worried that it'll be sliding everywhere. So far, they've just gone straight on it.
This is a bit like you're getting in the second period of the semi-final, and you're thinking of Wembley, and then all of a sudden, you realise you're in the driving seat, and that's what Max is like this weekend.
Yeah.
Right. All the pressure is off Mercedes. I don't care what anyone says. All the pressure is off Mercedes.
Oh, it is.
Because it's an uphill struggle to win this now because of the consistency of Max. Max only needs to come second in the last 2 races to win it, doesn't he? So
yeah. an 8-point gap. Let's hear from Ocon.
I have a trace on the middle of my rear tire. I'm not sure what it is. Doesn't look like blistering, but could be.
Copy that. Is that rear right?
Yeah.
Copy that.
Yeah, you can see it, can't you? Just on the side there,
Yeah.
and it's right in the centre of the tyre. It'd be quite weird if it's
You
blistering.
got
What is that? There's a massive breeze just coming from the side of the
Absolutely no data whatsoever for this track.
Nope.
It's all been done on the simulator. A lot of people were watching Martin and Dill when they went round in the old Williams cars because they managed to see how a Formula One car when what's his name who does the safety car.
But Verstappen kicked
when
him a lot of
Bert
dust.
went round yesterday, every single garage was watching it.
Yeah, I think it's the most Bert Malander's actually been watched on his Thursday outings.
He had a lot of trouble at some of these corners keeping the safety car on the track.
Including here, turn 27, the hairpin.
I have a trace on the middle of my rear tire. I'm not sure.
I've heard that from Ocon.
I love this. It's got the problems of Singapore.
Yeah.
Right? With there's a certain bit of it that's like Baku, where it goes very, very narrow.
In the castle section, yeah.
And then you've got turn 27, which when the drivers all drove it first on the simulator, half of them hit the wall.
Yeah. I'm getting a sense watching it as well. It's quite like Marrakesh, where the World Touring Cars and Formula E race as well. It's got that type of feel to it. With the desert setting and the sweepiness of the corners.
Yeah, as you said, it's like a butter knife with a melted handle.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Looking at that's Verstappen kicking at the dust. He got the plank on the curb and just kicked up all the sparks down at that controversial turn 22, where George Russell pointed out that if you go off there, it'll have to be a red flag. We saw that with Logan Sargent this morning in Formula 2 when he went in backwards. As no driver tracker at the moment, no live timing screen anyway, so that website is just completely inactive at the moment, which is why we're stuck here at the moment, look, because that timing screen up here in the box is wrong and the driver tracker's not working, so we're stuck with the YouTube chat. What is Beth saying now as into the pits comes Charles Leclerc? Beth is it's a long one, so I better scroll up.
Australian wine's very good, isn't it?
It is. As well, we'll go for an ad break.
Because I've read a few when I was in there, and she's on a roll today.
Oh, she's been on a complete roll as well.
She's rewritten songs. I rewrite songs, but you can't actually sing them here.
No, you can't. A tribute to Nelson as well. It's another ABBA. My at Abu Dhabi, Lewis will surrender. Oh yeah, Max will be the one who takes the 2021 fight. But that Schumacher book on the sheriff's always repeating itself. Oh, but on the shelves. I saw something actually about Schumacher. I want to tell you in a second about it as well. Mick Schu.
Little Mick.
Yeah. Max was defeated. You'll win the war 2022. Just repeat like what your dad did before. Mickey Shu couldn't not win if you wanted to. 2022, new spec fate. It is to be you. Well, he's in a Haas. I don't think that's going to be good.
He needs development at this moment. If you put him in a mid-range car, he would hold his own.
Oh, yeah.
He is a long way off a top 6 car. But young Mick, he's learning pretty fast.
He is, yeah.
And, the talent he's got is his father's, and no one should judge him on his father.
I've just seen Edward Hunter pop up here, who's a commentator on the ERC and on our Formula E coverage as well. Ed, I was quite surprised to see your name pop up because you don't usually do Saudi Arabia or anything with Saudi Arabia as well, even with the Formula E's. And he says, and he's even said actually, I utterly refuse to watch any sporting event in Saudi Arabia. Maybe as a loophole, I can watch you, Josh and Ian. Yeah, I can watch you, Josh. Yeah, I think that's a big loophole actually, because you're not actually watching the race, then are you? You're just watching a track map with some data going around. I think that's a loophole.
Well, I feel that the situation in Saudi Arabia has been going on for 30-odd years, where it's come to light. And I'm glad to see that 3 of the drivers this weekend, including 2 world champions, are openly telling them. Now, the guy that's in charge, him who owns Manchester City, I think it is.
I think it is, yeah.
He said, just respect our laws, and we will let you have freedom of speech. This is a different country to other places, and it's on a religious grounds that these things are done. And I just think that's a load of rubbish. But you got to respect him. It was a very diplomatic answer.
Yeah.
It's like some of the strangest things. It's like Nats is actually commentating at the moment in shorts, right? She's got a white blouse on and black shorts. Ted has got a white thing and shorts, right? The McLaren team and the Mercedes team are all in shorts.
Yeah.
Because it's a hot country.
Yeah.
But did you know that they can only wear them if it's part of the union? And that's you know, the uniform.
Yeah.
And that's why Nats has had to change from her jumpsuit that she had on earlier, because she can't she can't go in the pit lane and show her legs off.
Yeah, it's a very strange situation.
You have to respect people's traditions.
Yeah. There was
that is an example of one that you can respect, whether you're male or female. You can respect that, you know.
It's a very weird one as well, because when it was originally said that we were coming here, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, there was loads of rumours circulating saying that you would have to be covered up.
Yeah,
to be here.
You know what I mean?
It'd be suits and ties and formal dress as well. And everyone was like, no, we're coming to you to
I don't know if
race.
any of you in Australia or America saw Nats earlier when she was talking about Frank, but she was very, very upset. What people don't realise is that she went to school with Claire, and so has known Sir Frank.
Years, and so has Crofty, actually.
Yeah,
Crofty did as well,
I mean, Nats and Claire used to sell merchandise on the Williams thing at the track.
And Crofty and Claire are university friends.
Yes, they are, yeah. They went to the same university and were friends there. You know, the Claire and the boys, you know, I was talking to your mum about it, and she feels the same as me, that when Frank sold up, when Claire and Frank decided to sell up with,
it was,
you know, which were, you know, she was the front of the outfit with him as the official thing. Yeah. And her brothers, one of their brothers was the backroom guru.
He did the Williams Classics.
Classic, and the other one does the Williams Classic. You know, so it's a big family affair. They've still got the Williams Classic cars.
Yeah, they still want that. That was the one thing they didn't want to go. Every car that passes through the Williams becomes a classic and goes on as well.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking, is that blood?
I don't know. Why? What have you been doing?
It could be from me. I'm not sure, but
I've burnt my finger badly.
Oh,
that was
oil?
That was what the no. It was. I wiped for your mum. I just bent over a little bit, because I can't bend over too much, and just put my hand down and wiped the manifold.
Oil leak.
And
I know what that is.
And then I just actually touched the manifold, and I've got a nice little
little burn
on my finger. But I've got cooling cream on it.
Ed says, I also can't say that I relish the prospect of F1 racing near an active war zone on the border with Yemen. The idea that it could all end in a missile strike is horrifying. Yeah, and that's, of course, after the second race of Formula E in Saudi Arabia.
Ed, you've been listening to the rumours of why the F2 was delayed. Yes, we heard the siren as well. There was a siren that went off. Now, we thought, is it Friday prayers, because of the fact that it was about the right time.
It was right about the right time, yeah.
Especially in Europe for Friday prayers.
It was 2 o'clock, wasn't it? It coming into 2:30.
Got many a friend from the taxi business who used to go off at that time to do Friday prayers.
I did think, actually, wasn't there? But there was a siren as well in the background, and of course
there was a siren. And you know, and
if
you've got to realise that anywhere within a certain, Saudi Arabia has had attacks from other countries' missiles before.
But most recently, of course, in January, or was it February, when Formula E raced there, there was, at the end of the race, during all the fireworks display, there was a missile aimed at fired from an unknown country going into
there, yeah.
Diriyah.
I mean, Saudi Arabia is a very rich country.
Yeah, and it was
and
accepted,
they've got a missile defense system as good as the Israelis.
Yeah.
You know, and so.
Oh, fans! They've got the grandstand.
You'd have to do a multi-strike, I feel, to actually get one in.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's true. What Ed says is true. But it's not the only time Formula One's been near a war zone. You know,
Turkey, yeah, Bahrain.
Yeah,
Bahrain had it 2011, 2012.
Turkey especially. You know, it's you know, and
there must be others.
I remember
as well.
in the 70s them racing somewhere where there'd been a lot of civil unrest.
South Africa.
No, but they did.
Well,
that was the 80s. But in the 70s, and you know, I've got a feeling it was a lot of political unrest, and I think it was Mexico or somewhere like that. And that's the only time when I believe that they've been in immediate danger.
Yeah.
But, you know, everybody knows the sporting events usually there are exceptions. You know,
Yeah.
France. Your mum's just come back from France, and I remember France versus Germany was attacked by terrorists.
Well, the England game versus Italy, they found a bomb outside Wembley, didn't they?
They've often done that over the years. Pelican.
Yeah.
For any,
I mean, personally,
anybody who knows, everybody that's been in the military
honestly,
or the defence thing of the United Kingdom. In the 70s, if you got a phone call and they said the word Pelican, right?
It's the IRA, wasn't it?
It was meant that you are listening to the IRA.
Yeah. Nürburgring, this is from Beth.
The other one I remember is if you're on air traffic control and they would go things like Pan Am 250, Captain Hook reporting.
Yeah, it's taken over.
Captain Hook. If the word Captain Hook meant
hijacked,
that they had been hijacked. Yeah.
It's fun, isn't it, when you learn all these things as well? Like, and that's the one thing you never wanted in. Nürburgring, smack bang in the middle of the Ardennes forest, isn't it? Yeah, I thought that was Spa. I thought Spa was in the Ardennes forest. Is it Nürburgring as well?
Yeah, it's all pate to me.
I don't know where you're going there. But yeah, I must admit, I like I did with
snake bang in the middle. That was so funny when the other two were little.
The dog found the bomb at Wembley. 82 Royal Wedding. That was on the docks, wasn't it? The Royal Wedding. 81. 81 Royal at the docks in London.
There was a bomb at the dock.
The dog found it.
Well, we've been to the exact spot in Threadneedle Street. In the little cul-de-sac where the bomb went off in the city of London. Yeah. My family have seen a lot of the bombs in London and places like that, and you know, and other terrorist attacks, and it's scary. It's scary, but there's this mentality, especially in the likes of London and Manchester and that, to carry on and not let them win, you know, and it's there's a nervousness, but bravery is immense, you know.
I mean, even when just going back on the Saudi Arabia topic as well, it's quite worrying when you got drivers saying, like Lewis Hamilton saying, "I don't feel comfortable here. It's not my choice to race here. It was the sport's choice. I've got no say in it."
Lewis has got a lot of gay friends, and that is illegal in that country, and you know.
I do love what Sebastian Vettel has done, that he's wearing Pride trainers this weekend as well on the track. Well, Mick Schumacher's wearing the Pride flag on the back of a T-shirt, and Lewis Hamilton, of course, in the last 3 races when we're here in the Middle East, he is racing with the Pride helmet that he had in Qatar as well. And there's a rumour we might make it permanent as well for next season and alternate it with his normal one. Ed saying,
if you've ever seen what Lewis wears when he's coming into the track, right? They're multicoloured anyway.
Yeah, Lewis got in a lot of hot water this morning. I don't want to say hot water, but hot water with the press, because he came in with like a basketball jersey type, just like a vest. a very expensive rest he was coming in as well. But yeah, got a bit of trouble with that one. Outside of things, Ed says, mind you, on Wednesday night the Saudis and the UAE bombed the capital of Yemen, so wouldn't it be surprised if Yemen decides to retaliate? Hopefully the missiles are intercepted in time. Yeah, there is a lot of worry that we are sort of in the middle of an active. Well, we're in
it's
the UK,
like a
but
lot
they're
of
in the middle of
things,
an active
though.
war zone.
It's like a lot of things. Which superpower actually supports these nations?
Yeah.
And it's all the way back to Vietnam, right? Which
that's gorgeous.
Vietnam was a French colony, and it was, it was that war started with the French asking for help from all sorts of different countries, and ended up with America being embroiled in a war where the opposition were being financed from another superpower. And you have that all over the place, and from what I understand, that's what's happening in Yemen. They're being financed by a superpower, and the Saudis and the UAE are superpowers in the monetary terms of themselves, and it's just people fighting battles. The thing I don't get, is right. We've just had Newcastle United taken over by Saudi Arabia and consortium in that. We've had Manchester City for years, and yet sports should be able to do this without things. And I know we've got a controversy at the moment on Lewis's car. About the Grenfell, the firm that made the cladding for Grenfell.
What name was it? I forgot it now.
King something.
I know. I had it earlier and it's disappeared off the list. Give me a second. I'll get to it.
And sport generally, whether it's football, Formula One, or whatever, tennis or things like that, very rarely get involved in the politics of the country they're going
Kingspan.
into. Kingspan.
Yeah.
Gove.
Yeah, Michael Gove has called for Lewis Hamilton's car sponsorship to U-turn. Yeah, Michael Gove, clearly an expert on Formula One, thinks that Lewis Hamilton has got a say in the contracts of the team and their sponsors. Michael Gove is just I can't actually. I
think he's going on Strictly Come Dancing next year.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm going to mute my microphone. Michael Gove is just a massive. There we go. I muted my mic so I could say.
Yeah, it came over mine.
Yeah, well, a little bit delayed in the background, but still, I mean,
Gove. This is the guy that used to be the deputy prime minister of this country, and had many dealings with giving contracts and getting contracts for us from Saudi Arabia, and he has the cheek to call Lewis.
Yeah. Double yellow, sector 4. It's gone green now, though, so I don't know what all that was about. As Leclerc goes second, a 130.6. Yeah.
What was Sir Helmut Marko?
Helmut Marko,
I've just knighted him, by the way. Sir Helmut
I was wondering what you were going to do there. There was a double yellow out briefly. Not sure who caused it.
He seemed worried about
seconds.
something there.
Yeah.
He was looking at the screen and worried.
Let's go over quickly as well. Beth says, Ian, I hope you took lots of snaps, looking like a photo bomb. Oh, that's very clever. As well. When was that? 80s? 70s? I don't know. Don't worry about missiles. Any that come near the track will be deemed to be in breach of track limits and they won't count. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, Michael Massey has overruled that and said that, as long as they don't go too far over the track limits.
Oh, but then again, it'll be changed. It'll be changed by Sunday, so Lewis Hamilton gets a penalty, but Max Verstappen won't. That's my boat. Can you see me? I'm waving from the boat.
Yeah, British Aerospace.
Great boat,
we on here on Humberside. We had a British Aerospace plant that was making parts of the Hawk jet for Saudi Arabia, weren't they?
Yeah. The British Aerospace say the Saudis couldn't do their war in Yemen without our support. Some of the bombs are actually being manufactured in Stevenage, oddly enough. That's what Michael Gove's going to go for next, and the Guardian's going to write that.
Stevenage, yeah.
Yeah, Lewis Hamilton funds terrors in Saudi Arabia.
Load of rubbish.
I can write the headline now. Yes, and I'll tell you what though, Michael Gove is just sat there saying, get me pictures of Spider-Man. Let's hear from Valtteri Bottas.
People like...
This track is cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Bottas likes the track.
People like Lewis. Nobody likes Gove.
Yeah. There was a website. He used to be the education secretary as well when I was at school. A website called Smack Michael Gove. Let me tell you something as well. Personally, slapped him about 1,000 times.
Do you know, just education, right? All the schools used to send out these information leaflets and things like that of what's happening in the schools. And Megan used to get them from her school. And your brother David used to correct their grammar and send them back.
He did, didn't he? There was a lot of grammar issues for the schools. You should get sent back. I remember
the
that
best
now,
thing is right. The best thing about I don't know. She might be listening. I think she's got her headphones on doing something else. But Megan used to. Do you know, like when you used to do a piece of work and you got it marked and they put in red or green pen. Something at the bottom.
Sorry to interrupt. Alice Powell, great to be in the paddock this weekend with Channel 4 F1. I'll also be jumping behind the mic in the comms box too.
Okay.
So Alice Powell is doing the Channel 4 commentary this weekend with David Coulthard and Alex Jakes.
Anyway, I'll finish what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Megan used to do pieces of work in her book, and then the teacher would mark it, and it doesn't matter what year she was in junior school. She used to, the teacher would write in green or red what their comments were.
Oh, they were,
and Megan would write underneath it
with the reply. I remember doing that. Yeah.
A reply, whether she agreed or not agreed with the comments by the teacher.
She's very clever, Megan.
They used to, one of her teachers said, I said, I'm sorry if she does that, but we've always told her to be outspoken and to stick up for herself. And he said, no, it's great. He said, we read it out in the staff room.
She was only about 4, 5 or 6.
She's well known here for being a great comic.
Let's go through as well. Ed's saying as well, why do people keep voting for Gove? Well, I think it's
well, that's easy because if you are a senior Tory, you get what you call a safe seat.
Yeah.
There is very few of the cabinet that don't have a
2
traditional
seconds.
Tory seat with the 18,000 majority in it.
Yeah, 2 seconds. We're going to go audio up, which means it's the only time the commentators on Sky be quiet. We can play this as we watch Lewis Hamilton do a lap time then around Jeddah, down towards turn 1, maximum speed 325 kilometers an hour, back on the brakes as well, hard, second gear corner this one as well. It's tight on the inside line, feeds into turn 2 as well, rise up at the exit curve through to the little kink at turn 3 as well, 200 kilometers an hour, back down now, turns 4, 5 and 6, quick sweep in as well, 245, just listen as it swings up towards turn 7. Right now through turns 9 and 10 as well. Open up the DRS zone on the run down towards turn 13, 4th gear, 165. Banking at 12-degree angle as well. Slam on the brakes, drop down 2 gears, swing the car around, get on the power mid exit as well. With plenty of grip on the exit. Should be able to keep the speed up. Now through the first of the DRS detection zones as well. Turns 15, 16, 17, 18 all looped back together again. At 235 up to 245. 6th gear corners as well. Now through the first DRS zone as well towards the dangerous part of the track, turn 22. You drop down from 7th gear, all the way drop down to 6th gear as well. A blind corner, get it wrong there, you're into the barrier. Hamilton just makes the corner, controls the exit, a little bit of wiggle on the car. Back up now, round turn 25 as well, 300 kilometers an hour, 8th gear, up to 315, into turn 26 as well. Braking zone now, down all that, into 3rd gear, 120 kilometers an hour into turn 27. Control the exit, nearly hit the wall on the inside, had to correct the car. Open up the DRS once again, a straight run to the line, runs a lot of Interlagos with the barriers just alongside, and that is Hamilton number 129.786, and he's gone fastest on the board. That's an audio up there in Saudi Arabia.
You know, I'm sure that Toto was listening, like I was, intensely to that engine. That is the reserve engine, so-called engine number 4. And we don't expect it to be in tomorrow. We expect the Brazil engine to be in tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the backup one, isn't it?
You know, I feel that listening to that engine, it's pairing. It sounds like, you know, it sounds like it's not worn. It sounds like there's not anything rattled. You know, I would keep that one, and
I just can't improve that much.
it's one of them.
Yeah.
Toto's got a big decision to make over which of those 2 engines that he puts in.
Yeah.
because that one sounded good, and you know he had a great smile on his face there.
He did. I think they've got to sort of balance this one. They want the two fresher engines as possible going into that one, don't they?
If you were listening to it, it was the level when he put his foot down, the level of the whine, how long the whine went on, and how high a decibel that whine went to, right? And it was when the engine loses power, the decibels come down. It becomes a deeper bass thing. That sounded fantastic, that engine.
It did, and sounds like Sky Sports F1's commentary is having a bit of a flicker between the two. Anyway, they're off for a break. Let's go to the chat quick as well, as are Lewis and Gove contesting the same seat or something, are they? And then who cares about
Lewis
politics?
would win.
Yeah, he would. Boo, boring. Sir Lewis.
We are not the same party as... Well, I'm not. I'm not. You know...
After what they did, especially to my educational time, they can get lost. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, let's not start on the. You know, I have just spent. I was late in today because I had to reply to an email from number 10, asking me if I want to go to the party that I went to last year on November the 27th.
You weren't supposed to know about that.
What?
We were in lockdown then. Shush.
I never went.
I know. That's the joke. They've got done because they all went to a party on Christmas Eve.
Actually, Boris was in on it, but he didn't go. It was a leaving party.
Yeah, right. He didn't go. Of course he went.
And I'll tell you what, Priti Patel didn't go either because the leaving party was for the guy that she was having the argument with.
Yeah, well, I think there's been a few leaving parties, haven't there, especially for Matt Hancock. Going through as well. Although, for him...
Priti Patel is available in widescreen.
But for him, actually, his leaving party did end up with somebody getting kissed in the broom closet.
It's probably pretty, because, you know, I mean...
I
can't stand that woman, but she is very aptly named. You know, facially, she is very bonny.
Do you think that the teams have had to delete all their tweets they made about equipment breaking in Jeddah? I think they must have, because it's.
Well, I understand Williams are sponsored by. I've got it slightly wrong, and they are sponsored this weekend by Wallace and Gromit.
Oh,
because they thought it was cheddar, not Jeddah.
That's as bad as Will Buxton's joke.
Well, Will gave me it.
The more F1 races in authoritarian countries, the more it becomes like...
I understand that Will does listen, like I do, a lot to Sir Tony Blackburn.
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
Beth says as well, the great
Lord
thing...
Blackburn of Bournemouth.
The great thing about F1 is that it unites people. Right now, we're having people in this chat from 4 continents, all here because they love F1. I love F1, that's why I'm here. Everyone else is tosh. Okay. Awesome ABBA rewrites. Yeah, that is fantastic rewrites from the ABBA ones. But yeah, that's the one thing I like about this one.
One of your favourite little conversations of the year was with my son-in-law, and he loves ABBA.
Oh yeah, Jack.
Mamma Mia. He loves Mamma Mia.
Yes. What was that again, Beth, that you called Jack? I can't remember.
Something about the Datsun boy or something.
Yeah, it was
like
Datsun, wasn't it?
Datsun boy.
He was quite James Hunted that night.
Why does the car come back?
I think it must have been that. Yeah, he was quite James Hunt that night, was Jack.
It's very James Hunt.
Yes. He dropped everything.
So, you know, Sky have got an advert on at the moment.
There's a new
Sex in the City movie. I mean...
There's a new one?
Well, yeah, or the remake of it. Something like that.
This will be a Gorda race.
Do you know, I've watched a bit of this thing about the shooting of the girl on the set. You know, the talented lady that got killed.
The principal photographer, yes. With the...
either somebody has set him
Baldwin,
up, or someone has set the girl up that controls that things.
Well, the prop master's going to be number one suspect.
Well, there's the prop master. It's a gun person, isn't it?
Yeah.
Armory person.
Prop master.
Yeah. ABC 8 o'clock tonight, I think it is, or 8 or 9.
We get it.
With him and the guy, she's been interviewed by the guy that used to be on this ABC this morning, or
Anti-Oval Racing Microboy.
Anti-Oval Racing Microboy.
Yeah, that was pretty him. It was actually. I'll tell you what.
That's him in a nutshell.
When Le Mans was on, it was the birthday party, wasn't it, for Mum? And everybody who came into the commentary box had a glass of wine. I'm not even joking. You came in, you had a glass of wine on the desk. Jack came in, he had a couple of bottles of wine on the desk. Even Megan came in and she had drinks on the desk.
My Megan doesn't drink. She's only 16.
Yes, but you're allowed after the age of 4. You must know the law. To be fair, I did not actually. I did not have one drink over that weekend in the commentary box because I was doing Le Mans. But that's going to be. I'm dreading next year.
Anybody you'd think he'd never had a drink. Anybody who was in Liverpool last weekend and was listening to this, to answer the question, did he have a drink?
I must apologise for my awful singing.
Yeah, the Beatles came from Liverpool and they.
Oh, FIA Mercedes radio.
They sounded nothing like you.
Good afternoon, Michael. Just want to say great job from the circuit guys. Get this circuit clean over.
Amazing job to do, yeah.
No, it was a mammoth task, you can see that.
Some praise there.
It was a mammoth task. So that's the FIA.
Sucking up already.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's getting Michael Massey on your side. You know, Red Bull will be on in a minute going, would like to say, Michael, how nice your hair looks this weekend.
Jonathan Wheatley going, Michael, we've got a reservation for dinner.
Talking of hair.
Oh, you've had your hair cut, yeah. Yeah, so it looks very nice. I'm having mine done next weekend. Next week before Abu Dhabi. Ready for Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody, as well. Happy Hanukkah as well.
My darling.
And Happy Yule.
I think Hanukkah finished yesterday, didn't it? Or is it last day today?
Could be last day today. So Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Yule as well for everybody. And as well, everybody else who's celebrating the festive period. The box was supposed to be decorated, but we just couldn't be bothered. We might get it ready for the end of season party. That's going to be a lot of fun. I've got to get all the end of season montage together. The end of season montage this year is going to be the moment every champion was crowned.
I had little silver foil ants all over the place. It was an ant and deck.
Oh, I was wondering what you're doing there. It's freezing like here, just like it was in the
castle. Do you
castle.
like the Aston Martin in green?
Well, it's usually British Racing green, isn't it? But
that's not British Racing green, though.
It's Saudi Arabia green this weekend as well. They say it's because they want to represent Saudi Arabia on their first weekend. Absolute rubbish. It's because in Qatar, they couldn't see the safety car. It was too dark. So they've brightened it up for the night races.
Isn't Aston Martin named after the hill, Aston Hill?
I think it was. I heard it this morning.
We did the time trials. Karun was saying something about it.
Yeah, Karun said it's something as well.
I know DB stands for the person that invented them, isn't it?
Yeah. I've just been told there's parking at our hotel that I'm staying at tomorrow evening. That's nice. I'm leaving as soon as qualifying's over.
Parking at a hotel.
Yeah, but sometimes there isn't.
You were in Notty Ash. You stayed in Notty Ash last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice little hotel.
Yeah. Loads of little people with big hats going.
It was alongside. It was a nice big building, but it was
okay.
But you looked out, and you looked out onto Liverpool Street. It's big terrace houses. You looked out to it. It's fantastic.
Anything else, Mr. Birch?
It was nice though, actually. Look at this.
Ken Dodd and his Diddy Man.
Look it up. That's the podium. Look, that Ted's watching now. That's the podium with the big TV screen on it as well. Looking good. This will be a good race. Hashtag Brandon Lee.
Brandon Lee?
Which one was that?
Brandon Lee, didn't he die from...
Hashtag David Brown.
Brandon Lee, didn't he die... Wasn't he Bruce Lee's son who died during sex?
I'm not sure.
Oh, no, he died on the... He died on the...
He shot, wasn't he?
He died from an accident on the...
on
the set, didn't he?
Yeah.
It was his dad who died
1993.
having sex.
Yeah.
Brandon Lee. David Brown used to make tractors around here.
Yeah, he was making The Crow, wasn't he? What happened? I can remember. I did a media course and film TV course at university. I can remember reading about this. I should have twigged that.
Oh, there's been a few. Like, what's his name? I can't remember his name. I'll remember it. And his son's a comedian and was in.
Yeah, it was live
Arthur,
cartridges. That are the
you know the
power
Arthur
yeah.
program?
Yes.
Where Arthur... You know, Arthur looks a bit like Harry Worth on the...
Yes, yeah. Oh, hang on, 2 seconds. Lando Norris had an issue.
The lad who played Michael in that, his dad was killed on the set of the Three Musketeers.
Yellows just came out on the circuit. Oh, that's could be why. Oh, yeah, that's Verstappen running out Alonso wide. Zone 3. So, it's Ocon. It's Ocon in 100 races with Renault engines for the new Alpines. But that was Verstappen.
Hey, here, let me go, Ocon.
That was Verstappen, in my opinion, being a bit angry with Ocon. Ocon let him through, then Verstappen ran him off the road. Well, it's not unlikely, is it, for Max Verstappen to run people off the road when he's angry, is it? We've seen it a couple of times this year. Let's take a look at it.
You know.
So down towards turn 1. Ocon gives...
Esteban.
Ocon, look, he locked up. And he locked up and straightened out the steering wheel. Max Verstappen.
He's just practicing when he does it to Lewis.
So he turns in, locks up, but then straightens out the wheel and almost whacks in. That is Verstappen being a baby once again. I hate it when they do this. Lewis can be a baby sometimes when he's whining on the radio. And then Max just acts like a 2-year-old by opening up the steering wheel. He locked up, missed the apex, but then look, he's still going to make the corner. But he straightens the car.
If there's anybody you don't want to upset, Max,
it's Ocon.
Then he's Ocon, because Ocon has a reputation for getting angry.
So does Max. They both have a reputation, actually. Remember, what was it, Sao Paulo 2018? Ocon went round the outside and unlapped himself and took Verstappen out.
Yeah, but Ocon, you know, he'll just wind you up about that. Yeah. I think he did. I think he went to the pits, didn't he, to see him. And you're going to have a lot of this. It's like Formula E with more powerful engines.
Leclerc getting held up by Mazepin on the back half of the track at turns 20. Oh no, is it down to 13?
Yeah, but to be fair, Mazepin had stopped at the kiosk to buy a postcard to send to his mum.
Yeah, that was quite scary actually. As Verstappen's left track and continued at turn 1, we're going back to green, but that was quite quick because Leclerc was coming up fast.
Have you seen the fantastic boat in the? Yeah,
yes,
you did.
Beth said it. Yeah, and with the sun setting as well. Yeah. Reminder: free practice number 2 will take place under the lights, which will be a more representative session later on today. Free practice 3 will take part at twilight, qualifying at night, and the race at night as well. Let's see, Beth says as well, it will be a brilliant race. It's more cheese jokes.
Yeah.
In Saudi Arabia, they don't believe in Jesus. Oh, for God's sake. Not even Swiss Jesus. No, I don't like Baby Bell. As they come through, Charles Licurd. Well, I want lemon curd now.
What is cheese?
You can't eat cheese. Jeddah is a good shopping for brewery. Oh.
Never had any cheese.
Max will win.
Never had a pizza in my life.
Yeah, I don't know why you haven't, considering that you can make pizza without cheese. You can have a meat feast pizza.
Then that's the garlic bread, innit?
No, you can have a meat feast pizza instead, and you don't have the cheese on it, and you have the pepperoni and stuff. Oh, Stroll!
I can't afford it. I ain't got the dough.
So it was Stroll who went side by side with Mazepin.
Come on, Mr. Derrick.
Watch. Look, Stroll went...
Mr. Derrick.
Sorry, Stroll went side by side with Mazepin and forced Mazepin off, and then Leclerc came through and Mazepin was slowing down. So that all was caused again by Ocon. So they both do it.
Oh, now you want to go on about Formula 1.
Now I'll go on about Ocon doing it as well. He just blocked Verstappen, and Verstappen blocked him.
Max is uptight this weekend.
Yeah.
And up all those things that Max will hit the wall this weekend.
I've already thought
in the practice sessions, qualifying, or even the race.
I have thought we're going to have a red flag because he'll go in the wall at some point, like at Monaco.
Yeah, we've got to see the more controlled Max this weekend. I know the pressure's getting to you, lad, but, you know...
if Max crashes this weekend, Hamilton will go into Abu Dhabi, the championship leader, if he finishes the race. What was that flying off the track? It looked like a camera lens, didn't it? It was just flown off. At the back there.
Yeah, or at the end of a tape.
Yes.
Masking tape.
Yeah, masking tape roll. Yeah.
Gaffer tape.
Checkered flag is out now.
It's actually on the front wing of Max's car. There's a bit of it.
Checkered flag's out then. First session in Saudi Arabia for F1 is completed. Sainz 6th, Leclerc 7th. Sorry that we've had no timing, but it has frozen since this morning.
The best Hoovers ever made, these Formula 1 cars.
That's one thing that always annoyed me about Spa. They could have got the race going if they just let the cars go out there. The best Hoovers in the world. That's one of the prettiest sights we've seen of the year, actually.
And any minute now,
the Red Sea.
The top of that boat will open, and James Bond will come up in a mini helicopter and fly off.
Yeah, Eddie Jordan's here as well. I'm surprised Eddie hasn't actually sailed to this one. He likes sailing around the world, doesn't he? He did it in 2015, was it?
I know, but Eddie has got an ocean-going yacht, and he's also got a
personal yacht for Monaco,
yacht.
As Hamilton now does the fastest time, 1:29.786. He is half a tenth clear of Verstappen in second, Bottas third, Gasly fourth, and Giovinazzi goes into P5 as well. Then it's Sainz, Leclerc, Ricciardo, Alonso, Vettel, the top 10 as it's currently standing as well. The pressure is on, and looking at that, it's going to be a great weekend if they can maintain that gap between them.
I heard that Eddie was going to star in the Irish remake of Charlie's Angels as Charlie with Mrs. Brown and Lulu.
To be fair, that could work. I'm not even kidding, that could work.
Mrs. Brown.
So, Eddie Jordan is just one of the maddest people you'll ever see.
Oh, hello there.
As a checkered flag goes out, that's Verstappen completing his time. And there's Lewis with the pride flag helmet.
So that's checkered flag, Lance. That's checkered flag. So we will go round to the grid for a start. We'll go round to the grid for a start.
I was going to say, because the pit lane's so small here, you have to do the practice starts out the track.
I saw Mrs. Brown coming out of Wash and Blow the other day. She'd taken Rory his sandwiches for his dinner.
Oh, they're not in it anymore, are they, those two? So probably should just, even new Rory.
Oh, how could you say that?
New Rory didn't last very long, did he?
He's still very good friends with old Rory. Old
He
Rory
wasn't retired because of his mum.
Yeah, his mum was ill, and sadly we lost her.
Bet he'll come back.
By the way, this year, right? Let's hope that coronavirus allows
it's
the
cancellation.
The traditional in the square in Dublin, right? The radio show, 2.5 hours, RTE 1, right? It's a Mrs. Brown will be on it. Brendan will be on it with his best friend who actually has a daily show on RTE 1, and there'll be fun, laughter, and games, and saying Happy Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone. Just a little plug for that. RTE 1 this Christmas.
Absence makes the heart grow fondue, says Beth.
Absence? Isn't that one of those liqueur things? Was it green?
Could be. Oh, where did that go, actually? Did it? I can't remember.
That was washing up liquid.
What did I actually buy from Costco? Did I actually come up with anything for myself?
You said it was absence or whatever it was, that liqueur, but it turned out to be washing up liquid.
Well, still, you drink it. It's not nice. Red Sea, Red Sky in Saudi Arabia as well. As the first session just coming to a close, they're doing the practice starts. The sun is setting.
We have the Red Sea and the Red Sky.
That's a very nice sign. Let's do the results then of the session.
And the track of the missile.
Little thing in the top of the sky there. If you're watching.
Watch this. This is good.
That's clever.
That is clever. That's the helicopter's just taken that.
Yeah, moving around the side of it.
The moon and the sun don't go that fast ever anywhere.
That's quite clever. That's the new hotel. That's also the media centre. Fastest then, Lewis Hamilton in this first practice session for the new Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. Max Verstappen goes second. Gap between them only 0.056, with Bottas third, 0.2 off the top two. Then it's Pierre Gasly P4, Antonio Giovinazzi 5th, Carlos Sainz 6th, Charles Leclerc 7th, Daniel Ricciardo 8th, Fernando Alonso 9th, and Sebastian Vettel rounding out the top 10 as well. All bar Alonso actually set their times on the soft tyres. Alonso set his fastest time on the hardest compound tyre. Was that a missile? Could have been, not sure. Perez 11th on the softs as well. Ocon doing on the hard tyres. So the two Alpines doing their times on the hards as well. Then it's Perez 11, Ocon 12, Lando Norris 13th, Lance Stroll 14th, Yuki Tsunoda 15th, Kimi Raikkonen 16th, George Russell 17th, Mick Schumacher 18th, Nicholas Latifi 19th, and Nikita Mazepin in 20th. So, only the two Alpines not setting their times on the soft tyres. Everybody else doing their fastest runs on softs, the Alpines on hards.
It actually did snow in Jeddah. Was it last year or the year before?
It was Formula E, didn't it? It snowed.
Yeah, I remember seeing
it snowed
snow.
And rained. Yeah, it snowed and it rained, and everyone was like, what on earth is going on? That was when Formula E first went there. So it does actually rain in the desert. Right, 4:50 UK time.
the snow on the picture at the moment is superimposed.
Yes, it's superimposed. Yeah. So we'll be back then at 4:50 UK time for all of the action. Lots of old buggers in the top 10. Actually, yeah, he's right there. Actually, there is a lot of them inside the top 10. But we'll be back. Don't forget, half-hour build-up for qualifying tomorrow with a special Sir Frank Williams tribute as well. And everything going ready as well for the main race on Sunday. We'll be back later for FP2. Thanks for your company. We'll see you later on.